Hey guys, Todd from Roadrunner Sports again. Today I'm reviewing the Saucony Triumph 18. I really enjoyed this one. I've got about 36 miles on it so far. I've been running in it for a couple weeks, and I'm excited to tell you what I thought. So first things first, let's kind of get the stats out of the way. So this shoe for men comes in at about 11.1 ounces, for women 9.7. It's actually slightly heavier than the last model of the shoe, but I think what you're having in weight on this, or the gain in weight from last year's shoe, the updates they've made are really good, and I can tell you some about some of those. But it didn't feel like a really heavy shoe. I've run as little as 4 miles in one run and as many as 9 in another, and it never felt overly heavy. So I think that's a good sign. Other stats on the shoe: 8mm drop heel to forefoot. Again, it felt good. The heel to forefoot transition, we'll talk a little bit more about that. I think that's kind of in the sweet spot as far as drop goes. And just as far as who the shoe is made for, this is a high-end neutral training shoe. I would call this your workhorse everyday trainer, but on that luxury side. This is the very top end neutral trainer for Saucony, and you really do feel the additional luxury features that they've put into this shoe with the extra cushioning, and we'll talk more about that as well. So this is the most cushioned Saucony shoe that they make right now, this Triumph 18. And again, I think the best place to start with this review is really going back to last year's review. So I had the opportunity to test the Saucony Triumph 17, and when I reviewed that shoe, I really liked the heel in that shoe. There were some other components of that shoe that I didn't like quite as much. Well, they've kept the things that were really good, and actually they've made them a little bit better, but they fixed some of the issues that I had with the 17. So let's talk about what they've kept. The heel. The heel cushioning in this shoe is top notch. I would say it's on par with all other high-end shoes, and this is towards the very, very top as far as heel cushioning goes. It feels really, really good when you're running. When you hit the ground heel first, you feel like you've got that nice cushioned platform underneath you. Where I didn't like the heel a little bit in the 17, and they've done some things better with the 18, was the heel in the 17 sat a little bit low here on the heel counter. They've brought that up just a bit, and so it really does hug that heel, and doesn't rub or anything in the Achilles, but it feels like that really nice traditional Saucony heel fit that's locked in, so that you feel snug in the heel. The rest of the shoe in the 17, I felt was a bit sloppy, where the midfoot and the overlays here, they just felt a bit sloppy to me. They've definitely fixed that in the 18. The midfoot, the way it's structured, they use this engineered mesh here in the forefoot and the midfoot. It hugs the foot really, really well. I had to play with the lacing system a little bit because I felt like off the bat it almost hugged my foot too much, and I was getting some issues where my foot was falling asleep a little bit. Played with the lacing system, loosened up the laces through the middle of the laces just a little bit, and that helped a lot. And again, it's locked in, but after again my first run, I felt like it wasn't overly constricting there on the top of the foot. It just felt really snug and secure, which was great. Forefoot, I would call this forefoot definitely on the roomy side. No rubbing, no hot spots, no blistering issues. I've had blistering issues in the past with other shoes that run a little bit more narrow in the forefoot. This felt really good. You can see up here in the forefoot, they don't really use any overlays in the forefoot, so you don't have any weird areas that are gonna, hit you wrong or rub you wrong, and I like that a lot. They use the PWRRUN Plus midsole here in the Triumph, and you definitely get that heel to forefoot cushion. It's got a ton of cushioning all the way through. One thing I like a lot better, like they took it from a shoe I wasn't very happy with to very happy with the 18, was the heel to the forefoot transition, and specifically your toe off, your flexibility in the toe off. I did not feel like the 17 was that flexible in the toe off. It didn't feel very responsive to me. The 18 feels a lot more responsive. I'm finding myself gravitating towards this shoe right now. I'm running in it certainly a lot more than I was running in the 17 when I was testing that shoe. I really like this a lot. It's smooth, it feels good, and I'm really excited. I would give this a high recommendation. I think you need to try it on. Again, my recommendation, loosen up the laces just a bit to make sure you're not getting any weird rubbing or sorry, not rubbing, but any constricting here on the top of the midfoot. But other than that, I think this one right out of the box becomes a favorite shoe for a lot of people. So again, this is the Saucony Triumph 18. Give it a try on in the stores. Don't forget, if you're VIP, you get 90 days to test run your shoes. If you don't like it for any reason, bring them back. We'll find you something that works even better for you. And also for VIPs, if you're shopping online, you get free shipping as well. So give this one a shot. Again, Saucony Triumph 18. I think you're gonna like it, and we'll see you on the road.